So I've always stated that Mermaid, the best thing about Mermaid is that it makes every deck possible. And I feel like most people are putting it into decks that were already possible prior to Mermaid existing, like an Inquisitor deck, like a Blade Dancer deck, and it's making those decks better. But the thing that I've always liked about Mermaid is that you can just play wacky decks that in normal cases should not work because of the amount of negative effects, and you'll be able to run them. I think this is my best example of a wacky deck that should not work, that I was really excited to try in PvP, and I couldn't make it work because I was too far up in my PvP leagues, that I was like going up against max cultist decks and just silly decks like that. And so one of my clanmates last night was wanted to play co-op. And this is level 10 co-op. And the reason why this deck works is because I have the ability, I need Portal Keeper in the deck in order to move everything around. I really lucked out with the 3 growth tiles and the 1 off to the side, because I was able to merge onto that growth tile and then merge away from it. But the reason why this works isn't because you could technically run this deck without. I totally thought I was gonna get puppeteered right there. You could totally run this deck with just Portal Keeper, but it would give you it would create a cap, because you would try to run it without Dryad, because you would be running it with you would run it trying to level up your Portal Keeper at the same rate as everything, or at the very least, you would try to run it with your trying to keep the same level for your gargoyles as with your Portal Keeper, so that if any of your gargoyles got into trouble, you could move it around and then take away a debuff. But then the amount of dryads that you would require to level up all of your gargoyles, all of the knight statues, and the Portal Keeper would just be an overwhelming amount. And so you have to run Scrapper in this deck, but if you run Scrapper in this deck, you're getting awkward amount of hits on your Portal Keeper. So you could technically have like a level 5 Portal Keeper, but you have like a level 2 Gargoyle and a level 4 Gargoyle and a level 5 Gargoyle and a level 1 Gargoyle, right? And it just wouldn't work if you just decided to Scrapper your way to victory and you ran Gadget instead. What Mermaid does for this deck is it allows me to never care about having anything other than the field that I want on the field. All I need to do is just level up this very tiny field of Knight Statue and Gargoyles, and just win. That was a super lucky hit right there. I think with Mermaid, I probably wouldn't have gotten hit anyway. Ironically, I'm waiting for this level 2 Portal Keeper to level up, which it does right there. I loved everything about this game. I just lucked out in so many different ways. And I just thought to throw this together because I was thinking about how would you build Gargoyle with Knight Statue? And I remembered that somebody was doing a diagonal version of Knight Statue, where you're touching the top 2 with the one and then the bottom 2 with the other. And I was like, oh my god, that's how you build it. Because I was thinking about doing it Knight Statue in the middle and then a bunch of gargoyles around. But that would require too many different gargoyles, or stone gargoyles. And you'd have to level all of them up and you would get no benefit out of it. Or I guess you could do it that way. But then but you'd still need to run the 2 Knight Statues anyway. And so you just have another Knight Statue and the 2 gargoyles on the 2 corners. You'd have it the same way, but the Knight Statue would be in the center and the 2 gargoyles would be on those 2 corners that the Knight Statues are. But then you'd still have to run another Knight Statue anyway. So this is actually the most efficient way to run the setup. And I just thought it would be funny. I like the change that Gargoyle has right now. That you can upgrade a Gargoyle as many times as you want. and it won't change to a stone gargoyle, and then the stone gargoyle can upgrade and give that bonus. But then you also get the benefit of having the night statue bonus, getting the attack, the crit chance, and the attack speed. And Gargoyle was always like a pretty fast attack unit anyway, and so I thought that this would just look really cool as well. And yeah, like I end up, we end up beating level 10. Very, like, barely. We barely beat level 10. It becomes a real nail biter at the end, but yeah. I'm just gonna let you enjoy the rest of this clip.